Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to CrabCup's number 5. We have Imperial BDF Compo 6 Elco Speed, and on to the game. I've recommended to everyone that they go and watch the world record on this map because it's kind of useful to know what the strats are. And I'm still bad at them. You basically can't move from this start point at all, which is fun. Close. Anyway, I should probably talk. This is CrabCups. This is a mini tournament that I do about every 2 weeks on random servers, on randomised, mostly maps. We play for 20 minutes per map, and the winner gets some points and stuff like that. And it's just for bragging rights and a little bit of fun and a reason for me to boot up my favourite game in the world. Because otherwise, I don't really boot it up all that much. So, yeah. I like this. These are 3 completely random maps. The only stipulation is that they're all on the same server. So I just, random, write down every map. As long as it's good. I am now checking for maps actually having good qualities after the debacle with Golf 3 or whatever it was, Golf 5 last time. I'm now actually checking map quality before sticking it in the list. Not vigorously, not massively testing every map, but I am at least watching the world record and thinking about the map. And just making sure that it's not completely going to come back and bite me in the bum is always for the best. I'm having a bit of trouble getting over the top here. We'll figure it out eventually. Nice. JH got an absolute banger run, it would seem. It was a good finish. It was a bad start. You can see the speed differences. Very nice, very nice. We'll take a quick look at the going rate of results in a second. Currently got JH out in top, the only time under 7 seconds. Me in second place, Kota in third, very, very close behind. 5e, Foln, Plazo, Chiinka, Indicate, and Cat. It's all kicking off here, I'm telling you. More prestigious than XDWC is winning a CrabCup. It will get you a Discord role now, apparently. Means there's about 3 people who are going to have that Discord role. Yeah, it's pretty good. You should join. It's fun. Everyone complains about it every time. Yeah, coming through there on the world record run, that's absolute madness. That is absolute madness. Check out the world record run if you haven't already. JH is going for it. He wants that world record off of Shinx. So 5-6. I mean, Source is in second place, 0.2 behind pretty much. Very tight behind is Cool, Nero, Gante. JH is up there with about to get his own PB, I think, but still so far behind Shinxy. Absolutely crazy. Let's get the next map voted in before I forget about it. Bonking all the walls, but it's alright, we're gonna get our run in. The trick here is to learn to do most of these things consistently. Like, you've got to be consistent. And I do like these sort of competitions. I really do. They force you to learn maps. We're going to have some cool new additions soon. So after this, the next one is going to be all XSC maps. The Xonotic Strafe competition that's currently happening, and you should play it if you're seeing this while it's still on. That's going to be very cool. And after we've done that, we are going to have we're going to have 3 brand new maps. It's pretty good. One made by me, one made by Kota, one made by Cool. So yeah, look forwards to those events coming soon-ish. It'll be pretty good. It'll be good. Trust me. It'll be good. These shorter maps are always kind of interesting because you see different people in different points getting different, like, sometimes someone will just jump up right at the end. JH just managed to get a PB, put himself into 4th place, at least on this server. Uchi's up there now. Fulm's got a very good run. I'm still stuck where I am. Kota's doing well. Plaza right behind. 5 and Plaza tied. Very nice for everybody. If you have any recommendations for maps, of course, send them to me. Just ping me a DM if you want to make a map specifically for this. Do it as well. But yeah, if you ping me a DM, I'll chuck it into the list of things that I have, and it'll be fine. The way that I've been randomizing these last few weeks have just been pure random, no thought. The other ones I was randoming maps and I was trying to think and like get a longer map, a shorter map, a techie map and a hard strafe map and blah blah blah. This time I literally, these last 2 or 3, I've just hit random on a randomizer I've got. Picks a random map, I click it, I go, it pulls out a map link rather than a rather than just a map name. I click it, I open it in my browser, I go, is it relaxed running? Because it's got to be. If it's not relaxed running, I just close it and random another. If it is, I search on the bot directory, tells me whether it's relaxed running 1 or 2 because 2 different sets of servers. And then yeah, that's basically it. I put it into a text file, and once I've got 3 maps on the same server, I go, cool, that'll do. If you want to recommend me HP maps, I am collecting for HP maps that would work in this format with 20 minutes. We'll just vote a 20-minute time limit. Maybe 30 minutes and 2 by 30 minutes instead of 3 by 20. We will see. Hey, Drona. Yes, you should check out XDF. They're all the same maps. I've been telling you this for ages. They're all the same maps as Quake 3 DeFrag. It's really cool. You ought to play the XSC. There's only one round left, and there's only a little bit of time left on it. But yeah, you ought to play that. Apparently, there might be another Quake 3 DeFrag tournament coming soon. I've heard rumblings. That's a fucking quick time. Uchi's gone under and is challenging JH now. Tying JH's PB from the start, I think. JH managed to go way faster. That's a really, really nice time from JH. But it's a long way to go to challenge Cool or Source. And even further to challenge Shinx. Almost certainly not happening in this round. Fold doing very well. There's 3 people on 7.44. That's not fun for my spreadsheet creating at the end. And dishing out the points. Oh well. I know how to do it, I just have to remember it's a manual process of changing the number. The position numbers. At least I don't have to remember to take them back now, because I've actually remembered to take a blank copy. But yeah, you should definitely play, Drona. I recommend everybody play. Because this is fandabby-dozy. I've been practicing really hard for a tournament in Trackmania soon. I can't even play this week because it's on Sunday. I've got to commentate the end of XSC. And it's the same time. So, can't even play. I was like, if it absolutely needs me, I could just ignore that daylight savings time happened. Just annoy everybody and do it at 6. But it's fine. You should. It's not a difficult map. It's not like just because it's a competition doesn't mean anything, honestly. Really, really doesn't mean anything at all. Plenty of people just playing it casually. I'm just playing it casually, just with a lot of time, as well as the casual but high amount of time investment from me is the current situation for XSC. But definitely not too difficult. But there's some great competition at the top end of it for sure. Check out those videos on the XSC videos that are on my channel, on my YouTube. We have 5.5 minutes left to go on this first map. It's fun playing these 3, because this is actually how I've been doing the practice. There's a server we've got with 20 minutes per map, and I've just been playing that for 20 minutes per map. Every morning, 1 hour. I log on, whatever server's up, whatever map the server serves up. If there's only 10 minutes on the timer, like there was yesterday, there was only 10 minutes left on the timer because someone else was already playing. So I just left 10 minutes and then played another 10 minutes when the maps went back around. But yeah, I'm on the Smurf Drift Division team, SDD. which is fantastic. It's just it's the Smurfs Cup League, which is one of the biggest Trackmania 2 clans. Trackmania 2 teams and guilds, whatever you want to call it. And they do tournaments, and they're running this tournament. And they were like, if anybody wants to play, doesn't have a team, can't get into a team, we'll make some Smurf and Friends teams. So it's pretty balanced. Looking at the skill levels, we're all around the same. I'm kind of the bottom. I'm the slowest. Which is fine. I just want to play. I want to get better. So I've got to play something like that. Yeah, Xonotic is incredible. Like, it really, really is an incredible game. You come back to it. It's the same thing. I saw somebody say it about KDE earlier. Every time I come back to KDE, and I think that's what's going to happen with me. I've pretty much resigned myself to jumping over to Wayland when I reinstall my computer next week. So after the XSC is all done, on the Monday or the Tuesday, I'm doing a full reinstall, and I think I'm going with Wayland. Because KDE is already Wayland by default, and in the next update in 6 months' time, it's going to be KDE only. So I either need to move to Mate again, which is a pain, or I need to... Yeah, KDE is great. I would try Gnome, but Gnome doesn't solve the issue that... nearly had it. Nearly had the sub. Shame, but it's fine. Yeah, KDE doesn't solve the issue that Mate has. Oh, sorry. Gnome doesn't solve the issue that KDE will have, because it already has Wayland. And it's worse because it has System D. Which means if I ever decide to go for a non-System D distro, which I would possibly like to do in the future, I wouldn't have that option. Yeah, of course, it's all personal preference, and the nice part is, at least the two big distro things on Linux are very different to each other, you know. KDE is infinitely customizable, but by default gives you a quite Windowsy experience, but I like that it forces you to do stuff slightly differently. GNOME is kind of closer to a Mac. It's what I'd recommend somebody coming from Mac, but it's definitely its own thing, which is, I think, why I like the idea of GNOME. I would like to use something that's a different way of working, but the problem is I quite like the idea of Mate and GNOME 2 paradigm. I think that's good. The problem is I don't like taskbars. That's also one of the reasons I don't want to use GNOME, because it's got a permanent taskbar, because I would throw it onto my laptop, because that's where it would be great, but I need that taskbar space. I have a self-hiding taskbar, so I have more space on my screen.
1 minute remains.
No, it's full System D dependency now, unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, they're using the user DB as a hard dependency. You can use it if you use Garden software, which is a thing that's now got an implementation of that. But that needs to be forked, and that won't be until the next version of GNOME. But yeah, previously it was a very big hack to make it work. And then they just decided to stop supporting that hack, unfortunately. That means it's impossible. As of, I believe, 49, but definitely 50. KDE had some news about it possibly not supporting System D, or only supporting System D. As it turns out, it's only their login manager, their new login manager. So you can just keep using whatever you like, or Light DM. GG! That's the end of the first map. Let's roll on to the second.
One, begin.
Now for the explosions. Shinx has the world record on this as well. Yeah, weapon map, fully random, promise. It actually is. It is a difficult one to finish, unfortunately. What did I get slowed down on? Oh, I've somehow jumped over the... Interesting. So where does it... Oh, so yeah, you've got to go high. And you can, yeah, keep your... And I still can't finish. Just, like, finishing? Probably pretty helpful. Round about now. I don't even think the world record does this, you know. Fuck! I can't even finish. Yeah, it's if you touch the ground. Lamau. No, I don't think it's a bad one to start with, honestly. Because time to... Damn. Turns out, I suck. It's an easy world road. Come get it then. This really is a noob check-in map. Keeping rockets based on whether you touch the ground or not. I'm going to forget that I changed my auto switch settings and get really annoyed and confused at myself in the future. Yeah, Kota's in the middle of playing, trying to beat us all up. Keep distracting him, so that he can't go faster than me. Perfect strategy, planned in advance with Drainer. How was that not faster? Oof. And I'm sucking. And I forgot to click. I mean, that was a cool way to finish. We're of course also damage control, style and aggression is of course how this is rated. As is your driving test in the UK. And that's why all of our drivers fucking suck. I should have probably let myself land. This map should suck hard for Des, unfortunately. And anyone on high ping, because you're... Oops. Damn. Let's have a look at the scores halfway through. We are JH in the lead, Plaza in second place, 5e in third, myself, Phone, Kota, Uchi, Banano, Injike, and Cat, who's probably struggling on 300 MS. With a instant rocket jump after a teleporter. See new numbers in DeFrag? The percentage, the one above the green bar, that is strafe percentage. Not really used on this map. Let's be honest. Below it is the Vangle, the vertical look angle, useful for plasma climbs and stuff like that, Hagar climbs. There's a strafe percentage in the... Yeah, that's strafe percent. So Plaza did minus 0.06. That means Plaza was braking with their strafes. Me doing 10% is because I'm a fucking noob. And I strafe religiously and badly. And it slows me down even. Yeah, these are cool new numbers we've had for a little while. Ah, I didn't quite get the height. that I required into the finish. Yeah, strafe percent on rocket maps isn't real. It is real when it's me, because I get the highest strafe percent because I'm still strafing. It's the reason that I learned that people hate, Q3 defraggers hate strafe maps, because the strafes close when you go fast and they don't strafe during rocket sections, because, yeah. Yeah, Plaza's been doing that. Yeah, become addicted to Quake. Xonotic. Become addicted to DeFrag, it's great. It is. Honestly, there's a reason that everybody retired here, Drona. All your favourite players from when we used to play a lot, they're all here. Did I V-next map? What is the next map? Elko Speed. But yeah, DeFrag's fantastic. It's got so many great things. Oh no, he retired from... He's apparently retiring from Xon Dev. Was the last I heard, which was a while ago. I ain't reading the source code. Just get the AI to do it, because clearly that'll work, and it'll never come back to bite you in the ass. This map's giving you a headache. I wonder how different this map is in Quake 3, because that armor might be there for a reason, to actually stop you from shooting that many rockets. This might be a much different map. About 5 minutes left on the clock right now. What? Talking to you about what? I'm just generally talking. Ooh, yeah, PB. We'll take it. Massive. Massive. Please make it. Oh, shit. That's what I needed. Just that better last rocket. I didn't even need any speed from it, just... Shout out to Turnt. DeFrag style strafing map with crouch sliding, CNQ3 style crouch sliding made by Elim in Godot. Super sick. Looks absolutely fucking amazing. I need to check it out because it's just had its first alpha release. So I should probably check it out. Quakey? No, it's Quake C. Because it's C, the programming language for Catboys. That's what C stands for. Not many people know this, but it actually stands for... C actually stands for Catboys. Yeah. Yeah, what I said about Godot was that there's a game being made in Godot. That's a cool game. DeFrag style game. Yeah, D-Lang is for... We all know that dogs love D. I think that's a well-known thing, that dogs love D. Yeah, I will do. There'll be a Discord link in description. It's on itch.io. I don't know if it's open source at the minute because so the guy kinda because he works for actual game dev companies, and he had to sign an NDA and all of this stuff that he wouldn't release it and blah 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 in 2 years and stuff like that, and then he left that company, and then it got a bit more messy because he left the company. So the plan is that it will eventually be open source, but I think for a while it was definitely like, I'm technically not even supposed to be releasing this at all, so I'm not going to release the source code of it, because the source code is technically owned by the company up until a certain point, or like co-owned by the company. So yeah, he of course wanted to protect his ass there. It's in super alpha mode, like before as well. That's the other thing. So like, source code ain't really that important, especially if you're not going to take any. If you're not going to take any commits, source code doesn't actually matter at that point in dev. It's effectively just sending it to some mates. Super short maps on this one. We'll get to some less chaos. This was going to be the third map, but I decided against it because chaos for the last map's never fun. Good PB anyway, it's fine. No! I fumbled it. I completely fumbled my last run. Oh well. On to the next map.
One, begin.
Let's go. A gentle strafe map to finish. A little bit longer. Not that long actually, 17 seconds. I'm within a second of the WR. Interesting. This one is all about getting the correct kick. Actually, can Godot build for your architecture? I don't know if it can. It probably can, but I don't know if it's like by default. Blitz Cup? As in CTFS. The capture the flag mode. Did you know Unreal Tournament 4 stole half of its game modes from CPMA? Blitz is CTFS. Hoonie mode became Showdown. And they were the best bits that the community rejected. And then everybody loved Blitz after a while. Like, I was pushing for Blitz when I was actually playing that game, and then I saw that everyone's now playing Blitz, and I was like, what the fuck? No one wanted to play this shit. I was like, oh no, it's not very good. Godot does, but is it, like, is there a default export? Like, by default, I mean, rather than... Because I assume there's a plugin, surely. Get fucked, JH. Like, yeah, there'll be a plugin. But is there a default export? Because there's no way LM is exported the game. Tied my PB. Nice. Well, not even... Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Yes, my PB. Huh. Got PB. Nice. Chill, chill, chill. I might go back to commentating some of these at some point. But at the minute, it's just been a little bit of a... It's a rest for me as well. The only reason I record and upload these is because it feels right, since I'm putting in the effort to run them. But realistically, I'm doing this purely so I have something to play. This isn't about anyone else. Yeah, that's what I was saying, because I'm pretty sure that it'll compile PPC. And I assume that it's a plugin, at the very least, to compile for PPC architecture. But by default, I don't know if you can go... Like, you can go into it and press compile for WebAssembly, compile for Mac, compile for Linux, compile for Android, iOS, whatever. Bad screen, good screen. Do you know the best... you know what's happening next time, 5e, right? You know that we're just combining both the bad screen and the good screen. Also, this is a reason to play outside of that, because yeah, I've told it a million times. I wasn't playing much Xonotic because I was like, I don't know what to play. And I was playing a bunch of Trackmania because there were tournaments in the evenings. And I was just jumping on whatever tournament there was in the evening. And that's all I was playing. I was just playing those tournaments. So yeah, I just wanted to do something that takes about an hour of an evening. The plan, so this may be sort of coming to the last ones where it's consistently every other week on a Thursday. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this was never really meant to have a date, to be honest. It was meant to just be random shit. But then it started being like, oh, I'll just do it every other Thursday. And that kind of stuck for a bit. And it might as well during winter. But I may want to be out. on random Thursdays. We'll see. This isn't a strafe competition. Technically. In fact, we had weapons map this week. It's not a strafe competition. Officially. Oh no, the good screen, bad screen meme is like you go to work and look at bad screen, and then you come home and you look at good screen. Or you take a break from looking at big screen and you pick up your phone and look at little screen while having a dump. Everybody should watch my stream. If you're not watching my stream, fuck you. Oh, Banana's not watching. Well, that's a problem. I've been replying to Banano by talking and didn't realise that he wasn't watching, so that's good. That's very good. What have we got coming up tomorrow? Tomorrow we have big 110? 110. I should set it to 115 actually. 115 is what Morrow uses to record. I remember back in the day when Twitch used to let you have an audio only stream. How did I find out about Godot? Donkeys years ago. Donkeys years ago, I was a game developer. And Godot came into my life while we were waiting for Godot 3. And there was all the memes about waiting for Godot. I used to use 130. It got toned down because people said it was horrible while I was recording. And then I ended up just leaving it as 110 for everything. But yeah. Yeah, I actually made early versions of Godot 3 for the Raspberry Pi. You can still find them on my GitHub. Like, I compiled them and made them build. I couldn't actually change any of the code on them because I didn't know C at all at the time. But if an error came up and it looked fixable, I could fix it. So I fixed a couple of things. There were some slight ports to the code, but not much. I didn't really know how to use Git, so it was a lot of back and forth. But yeah, there was some slight changes, and I never knew how to commit them back upstream was the thing at the time. I do think that one of the changes that I made, somebody did pick it up, but whether they just found it on their own or not, I don't know. I know there was a thing of me using, of it being mentioned. Godot was. Like the Raspberry Pi port. And yeah. But yeah, made a few games in Godot, some game jams. I should go back to it, honestly. There's too many things to do. But I'd be happy to go back to it if somebody wanted to do a game jam. I'd try and learn Godot again. Funnily enough, it wasn't even moving to Linux that made me go for Godot, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure I was on Godot before Linux, because Unity did like a bad thing just before I moved to Linux while I was... Oh, it was the overlap. It was while I was open source is good, but hadn't made the move to Linux yet, because Windows hadn't pissed me off. And I was like, yeah, open source is always good, of course. Your browser isn't supported? Yeah, Twitch is just an arsehole about that. My browser, the only times I've ever had my browser's not supported is while using a supported browser according to their page. Every time I've used an actually unsupported browser, no problems. Never any problems. Yeah, guided rockets do help. Twitch does work in servo, but you have, if you want to log in, you have to thingy. But a lot of stuff doesn't work, of course. But it can load the video. I've never done it myself, so I don't know. Maybe somebody's like using a plugin to do whatever. But a lot of things were broken. But the basic website works. And that's what you need. Payment processing probably broke, but you know, honestly, that's fine. In fact, I'd say that's probably a plus to servo. Payment. This breaks payment processing. Good. I should probably install servo. I decided a while ago that I'd make sure my website works in servo, but I never have. I assume it will because it's just boring HTML, but it's those small things, you know. It's those small things. The problem is servo at some point is going to do the claim works with 99% of the internet. But the 1% it doesn't work with will be the 3 websites. Oh, yours has breakage in servo. That is interesting, because that means mine will as well. I would assume. We're both on solar. So that probably means... Where are we at? Uchi might take a map off of JH. JH is going to have to pull his socks up. His programming socks. Oh, does servo just completely not support CSS? Okay, my website's going to break. There's a lot of CSS on that website. Oh, fair enough. The joys of open source. You can tell them this is fucked. Fix it, bruv. Please. Imagine if servo just decided, right, we've got it working. Facebook won't work. Twitter won't work. All this shit won't work. All that works is NeoCities style websites. If it uses too much JavaScript, we've decided that it's just not going to work. And everybody shall return to the old web. Did Web 3.0 ever happen? Isn't Web 3.0 just you can pay for things on the internet? It's just web shopping. And like Web 4.0 was a thing. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm pretty sure Web 3.0 just meant web shopping. And like largely paying for everything on the internet. Because it was never going to be a clean break. And there's always going to be Web 1.0 websites still fucking around, you know? No one's updating Sheldon Brown anytime soon, let me face it. Oh yeah, Web 3.0 was blockchain currency. Web 2.0 was being able to make things that weren't text-based, which means that Web 2.0 is a large gap between stuff. I think Web 3.0 was a buzzword at the same time cryptocurrency was. Ooh, how did that not PB? It was faster. So it's just one of those things where, like, anytime there's a buzzword, everybody will use that buzzword. And then the buzzword has zero meaning whatsoever. Fallen has overtaken me. Oops. How the mighty have fallen. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the map. Then we will do maths. Terrible. Video loading indefinitely means it failed to load the advert. Twitch is one of those wonderful websites where it's impossible to block adverts pretty much because they come from Twitch directly. Easiest way to stop you blocking adverts, by the way. My dad complained that his ad blocker wasn't working one time. The website he was looking at did adverts the old way of doing adverts. The way where you just put a banner on your website from whoever has sponsored you. Like, the only adverts I see, and I'm not blocking them because fair play to them and they don't, like, they deserve it, and they're not annoying adverts. The only adverts I see are on the British Continental website when I go look at British road cycling coverage, because they literally just have sponsors of websites and sponsors of coverage and just embed that shit, and it's just an image with a link. Proper old school adverts. It's like, okay, yeah, you can have that. I don't care. Also, it's always, like, they always do actually decent adverts. And with money off codes, which is like, you know. If you want a way of enticing me to not block your adverts, money off codes are good. Money off codes for cycling stores is basically all of their adverts are. Or the big fat link that's sponsored by... So this year they're sponsored and supported by the Rafa Super League, which is like the big race, the national series in the UK this year. Rafa are sponsoring it. It's called the Rafa Super League. The people who do the coverage for the racing are sponsored by that. So the fact that that's a banner page just takes me to a bloody website so I can look at the overall rankings. It's like, okay, I've got two buttons I can click. I can click on the British Continental Rafa Super League rankings, or I can click on the massive Rafa Super League button. Doesn't really bother me. 1 minute left on the most prestigious bi-weekly Twatcly. Is it Twatcly? I think it's Twatcly. On the most prestigious Twatcly tournament. Gaming. Well, we've had 3 fantastic Macaroonies. Plenty of fantastic players. And potentially, the next time we come to play this wonderful game, there will be more people because we'll be all back on these servers. I was slightly worried when I was doing these that nobody would show up for these ones because there's no captive audience. The whole point behind doing it on the RR servers is it's a forced captive audience. If I can get enough people who will vote for the thing I want, you can normally get people to cooperate who are already here. And you're just kind of getting people for free. So at the end of that, it looks like we are going to have Uchi, JH, Faln, myself, 5e, Plaza, Banano, Happy Glitchin, Gak, Cotagens, and Cat. And we will pause the stream and we'll come back over here when we have some results. And here we are with the results. No surprises, of course. After taking the first 2 maps, JH clinches out the overall lead. In second comes Uchi, who took the win on map 3, followed by myself in third, which I'm quite surprised by. Plaza takes fourth, Foln, 5e, Kota, Banano, Ingake, Cat TD, Happy Glitch, Furrow, and Gunzio, who joined us for the final map. 13 players is not bad for Thursday evening. Thank you very, very much for playing and watching, and hopefully we'll see you out on the servers next time when we play some more Crab Cups. Ta-ra!